My name is Lisa Powers. I'm the chair of the Board of Library Trustees, and this is the February 24, 2026 monthly meeting of the Library Trustees. The first item on and we've got a couple of members on Zoom this evening. The first act is to review an act to approve the minutes of the January 27th meeting. And,
correction.
oh, do you have a little correction?
Because it said that Kathleen made a
Question
question.
mark.
Yeah,
But it
we weren't
was-
sure if it was
It was
Louise.
Louise.
Okay, that's what.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, that was highlighted. Okay, I'm sure she will, we will bring that
Can you
to
just make
Barb's.
that change? Priya?
Pardon?
Can you make that change?
Sure.
You did.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can make the change and before it's posted.
I also submitted a change to,
Last time.
it was that it was on the report from the Gala Planning Committee. We had 3 members added from the Friends, and the other was Kathy
Yeah.
Obagi,
Mhm.
and her name was left out.
Okay.
But I did send that to Barb Trudell, along with the question, is that something that I should bring up here or something she would take care of? So let's see, it's down in,
Hi, Claire.
There she
Yeah,
is.
where is it?
Foundation Gala Committee. Shrewsbury Public
3.
Library Foundation.
right. Deb mentioned,
Committee
So it should
members.
just say 3 new members have joined
right.
the planning
But
committee and the
it
friends.
says, in addition, committee members, right.
That's just the
3 new members have joined, right. From the Friends,
3 new members.
yes.
Priya, I'll send you a.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I didn't know if this was something that needed to be added or not, but when Keith Baldinger is referenced, it doesn't say like who he is.
Oh,
I don't know if it should say like assistant town manager.
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
He's of operations,
Okay.
yeah.
I think that's a good idea, Kathleen. Thank you. Okay. Do you know where that's mentioned?
It's near the bottom.
I found it.
Deb asked about the HVAC system as the start of the paragraph.
Okay. Oh, okay, there it is, okay. Okay. You could probably make that change, right?
Yes.
I think that's
I'll
nice because
update
they,
it and send it.
okay. I think that's nice to do because they are sort of historical documents and people look back on them for reference.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to be very clear.
I guess it doesn't exactly say who Joe Sexton is either.
Okay. I'm sure we
I
can
don't know
change
his
that.
title.
Yeah. His former title,
Oh,
because
that's
he's
right,
left.
he left.
Right,
Right.
Okay, any other changes to the minutes?
I believe that's all for me. Kathleen, do you have any others?
That's it.
Does anybody want to make
Is
a?
anybody online waiting? Deborah, are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the amended minutes.
The amended minutes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And,
Aye. Aye.
and Nor, are you in agreement?
She muted?
Okay, all those,
It's okay.
all those opposed? And it passes.
Okay.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is review and act to approve the report of the director's activities of 2026. And I noticed, Priya, that you met with the new DPW director, and I believe we talked about that at the last meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, which is nice. Yes. Very busy month as usual.
Yes.
Any comments about Priya's activities in the last month? It consisted of many meetings, weekly staff meetings, goal meetings with staff, meeting with the town manager to discuss the budget, meeting with the assistant town manager, weekly staff meetings,
Here I've mentioned the title, their titles and the names.
assistant town manager, yes. Would anybody like to make a motion to approve the director's report of
To
activities?
approve the director's report of activities during, for January 2026.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And Nor? Okay. All those opposed? And that passes.
Nor has a comment about abstention from the minutes because she was not
Oh,
there at that time, but she's
and
in
Nor just wrote she approves the director's
director's
report.
report, yes.
Okay.
Thanks,
good,
Nor.
Good, thank you, Nora. Okay. The next item on the agenda is programs and services, the director's report of programs and services in January of 2026. And I always like to give, a shout out to all the good work that's done at the library. In January, we welcomed a little over 20,000 visitors and enrolled 176 new library card patrons. There's so many wonderful stats in here. We borrowed 3,400 items from other libraries and we loaned out 1,400 items to other libraries. Most significantly, the library hosted 104 adult, teen, and children's programs with over almost 1,600 people in attendance. The Shrewsbury Public Library delivered 444 items via outreach service to 83 individuals. That's such a valuable service to those who can't make it to the library easily. And we fulfilled 19 3D print requests, as well as many other interesting statistics, but those are the ones that jump out at me. So there are, let's see, 2 full pages of activities and programs at the library. And many non-library groups are using the meeting rooms, which is nice, people in the community. So that's fantastic.
I thought Blizzard was an apt story walk.
Yes. Yeah, no, I love reading through the programs. I like the Letters of Light Kindness Project, where participants come together to write cards and messages to residents of local senior centers. That's really nice.
Yes, that's done by teens.
Mm.
I'm curious about this, the robotics demo, St. John's Shogun?
To be honest, I
Okay.
don't know any details about that, but I know that it's that first Lego League. They call it FLL, stands for First Lego League.
Gotcha.
And yeah, students love to showcase what they have done.
Okay, that makes sense now.
There's a lot of programs run by students. I also noticed the Creative Movement Children's Ballet program taught by a
Yes.
teenager.
Yes.
That's really nice. Many wonderful programs. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is financial and legislative. The first bullet point is review and act upon the year-to-date report.
Looks like we're pretty much on track, so.
As always, yes, thank you, Claire. Yep,
Second.
you said, was there a motion to approve?
Claire made a motion to approve it. Yeah.
Okay, and you seconded. All
Yeah.
those in favor? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed? And it passes unanimously. Okay. And then the next item is the review. I believe this is town managers.
Fiscal
Is it the new-
projection one, yes.
Okay, yes.
What is it?
It's called
Town man-
fiscal projection
Fiscal
one. So
projection.
we had proposed the budget that had been approved by the trustees. So Lisa and I met with the town manager, Kevin Mizikar, the assistant town manager. Sorry, Kevin wasn't at that meeting, but Keith Baldinger was there, and Christina Odam, and
Alexandra.
Alexandria, Alex
yes.
Martinez. Yes, she's the budget director and financial planner. Financial, what is her title? It's on my, budget manager. So we met with them and we shared our budget proposal for fiscal year 27. And if you recall, we have requested a new position, the head of adult services, a library manager position, and I'm really thrilled that in the town manager's fiscal projection one, they have approved that position on the condition that in fiscal year 27, the 75% of that person's salary will be paid for by state aid, library state aid, and 25% from the municipal budget. And then, like how we did with the reference librarian position, fiscal year 28, it will be 50-50, and then 75-25, and then hopefully it will be absorbed by the municipality. So it's great news. Of course, it has to be approved by the finance committee and then at town meeting. But that is fiscal projection one.
That's wonderful news. That will relieve a lot of stress on the staff that are stretched thin.
Yes.
Yes.
And the assistant director will be able to right now, the assistant director is also the head of adult services, oversees the adult services team, and does planning and coordination of programs, and has to cover the reference desk for a lot of hours because we're, as usual, short-staffed. So this position will really make the adult services team very robust. That person will be managing the 2 reference librarians, and the assistant director will be managing the technology librarians and the outreach and marketing librarian. So she will also be able to assist me with big picture things like, soon we'll be starting to plan our next strategic plan, or grant writing and technology planning for the next few years. So it will be a really good addition to the overall staffing and especially to the adult services team.
It's very good news. I'm
That's
really
very
happy about it.
nice, yeah.
Yes, that's fantastic. Okay, anything else we should discuss about?
That is the main thing in the budget.
Mhm.
Everything else, they have approved all the other line items.
Mhm.
Materials budget, they've approved the same amount that we requested. And R&M technology, that is the repair and maintenance, which is our technology budget. So it's
good.
It's very good.
That's excellent. I love it. Thank you. Okay.
Priya, can you, what is an example of a full-time clerical role as opposed to full-time professional as somebody who has?
Full-time clerical is our SCI's position, principal department assistant. And there is an full-time assistant children's librarian who's also in that category. So there's just 2 of them now that will be full-time clerical. The ILL, interlibrary loan librarian position, was also full-time clerical, and now it's become full-time professional.
So what's the difference? Is it just salary or is it
It's a
having a
grade
degree
difference.
or?
Grade difference,
Grade
you know,
difference,
the
okay.
town has different grades. Grade 3 is our assistant, children's librarian is grade 3, principal department assistant is grade 4, all the professional librarians are grade 5.
So what's the next step on this? This is just a projection, when was
Oh,
projection 2 coming?
I think that would be after the finance committee meeting.
Oh, okay, the finance committee.
Yes.
first, Okay.
Yeah, and that's being scheduled for March 17th or March 21st, Tuesday, March 17th, and Saturday, March 21st. We don't know when the library's slot will be.
You'd like us to attend as well, so.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I will definitely mark that on my calendar. Keep us-
Priya,
Yes.
I just had a question about the repair and maintenance
Yes.
budget item. It went up quite a bit at 22.4%. Are there new services that we're paying for, or is it just in general the cost of services have gone up?
It is just, it's actually, we had requested 58,000 last year too, but 45,000 had been approved. This year, I mean, for fiscal year 27, the whole amount, entire amount has been approved.
It has been good. Okay.
Yes, yes.
How did we meet the difference last year? State funds, or did we drop a service, or?
We haven't dropped any service. It's the current year, right? It's going on fiscal year 26.
Correct. So how did we meet if that full budget was not approved? Just curious how we met it. I can't remember.
It's actually the current fiscal year, Deb. So at the end of, I mean, by June, we'll know if there is a shortfall or not.
Oh, I see.
Fiscal
I'm
year
just,
26.
I'm just reflecting back that you said that the full amount was not approved for last
Right.
fiscal year.
Right.
We might have the monies to cover it despite that. Okay.
Yes, yes. And I think it was that maintenance for Biblioteca. So we have 2 big items, Biblioteca and Linkso. And the annual maintenance is about $13,000, $14,000 for each of them. This year we got new equipment for Biblioteca, right? So we are not
Right.
paying the maintenance fee. So,
Good.
yeah.
Okay, but why does that still show here then?
And what?
It's still on the FP1,
Yeah.
next to 58,000. There's a detailed list approved by DOT.
This is fiscal year 27.
Oh, this is next year.
Next
Of course,
year.
of
Yeah,
course, of
So
course. Thank you.
current fiscal year is 26.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's difficult to keep track.
Yes.
It's the projection.
Yeah, it's good to have a little buffer because you never know with technology what's suddenly going to come up as an expense. We can try and project, but things happen.
And are we generally happy with this new equipment? That we don't foresee any
Yes,
maintenance
it's
issues?
just a few months now.
Okay.
We better last for 10 more years.
It took me a while to learn how to do it right. But
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to the finance committee report, or does anybody want to comment further on fiscal 1 projection?
No.
Are you going to make the report clear?
This is actually the first report.
Yes.
We had changed it a couple of years. The Finance Committee is kind of a new committee. We only started it a few years ago. And we originally kind of used models from other communities and where they had quarterly reports. And originally, in the bylaws, we had written in that we do quarterly reports. And that's because we do get reports from the trust funds quarterly. We get from the library monthly, of course. But to try to get the big picture, we wanted to have an annual report. And that's what this fiscal report is. And I didn't bring extra copies. I hope you all have them. You don't have the copy, but I can show you later. Okay, so how does this come about? Well, it comes about because every year Priya has to make calculations to get state aid and figure out what this minimum municipal expenditure is going to be for the year. Because it's in order to get state aid, the state wants to make sure that the community is supporting the library to the same extent as it should. The same kind of increase they give to other departments, they give to the library in this. And so they have. She has this very detailed sheet that she has to go through every year, doing the math on this, and so this goes to the Mass Board of Library Commissioners, and it's called the Municipal Appropriation Requirement. And so it's based on your average for the last 3 years with an additional increase of 2.5%. And this is what they use to calculate our state aid, which is pretty significant. It's something like $50,000 a year. And the good thing about it is we get to determine how it's actually going to be utilized for the most part. They make sure that the the municipal appropriations must not be decreased more than 5% relative to other municipal departments in the town budget. It requires the libraries be open a certain number of hours each week, which is based on their population. And then it sets a minimum percentage for materials. So in Shrewsbury's case, that number is 13% of the budget. So then this, like I said, the state aid, it's represented 6% of our library income. And here now, this page that I gave you, I think kind of gives you the big picture as to what the income is and what our expenditures are. And so you can see that, of course, most of our money comes from the municipal appropriation. That's what they call the TAMI. We have trusts and endowments, and I'm going to show you a trust report in a little bit. There's a gift account that we are actually encouraging people who want to donate to the library more and more to use that municipal gift account, as opposed to setting up new trusts, and we'll try to cover the trusts in a minute. And then the Friends give some money, and then there's other income that comes from the Sundays, the newspaper co-op, and the ARPA grant, which of course is going to be done, I think. And so that's our total operating income. 88.5% comes from the municipal funds. And said state aid is second. It's up there with almost 6%. So those are big things to remember. Trusts and endowments, for the most part, in the trusts that we have, we don't spend the capital. Some of these trusts are quite old. Instead, we just spend the interest. But it comes out to be like 0.1% of the income that we get in a year. So it's actually pretty tiny. Then in terms of expenditures, you are not surprised to hear that most of it's salaries and benefits. So, like it is in every town department, quite honestly. Materials are the next part. And I've got them itemized here. This is all from Priya's work, where she's itemized all this on the form she sends to the MBLC. You can see how it's distributed between print books, the biggest, audiobooks, videos, all that kind of thing, games, network fees. And so that comes to $246,683,000, which is 12.62%, or rounded out to 13, which is what we have to have. And then there's also repairs. So the materials, that's 12% of our budget, and it's delineated the way I've told you about that. So our goal is with this report to kind of put this together every year, so we can kind of see how we're falling on this. And excuse me, it's there were years maybe over 10 years ago, was some years we didn't quite make our requirement, and so we had to ask for waivers on the state aid. And fortunately, there's been kind of a change of view on it. The town recognizes how important it is for us to get this minimal municipal expenditure. So that's what this is. The current state aid balance is $423,787. Now that can grow year to year, and we don't have to spend it in any given year. The town collects the interest, we keep the rest. And it's really kind of a rainy day fund, as you know by now from all the things that we've used it for before. Okay, so that's that. Now the trust fund, I just wanted you to see them. So these are, this is what we used to review quarterly at the meeting, and I really question whether we need to do this quarterly, given that it's only 0.1% of what we spend. But at any rate, it's from a company, Bartholomew and Company, and they do trust funds for almost every town in Massachusetts, actually, and they have a list of what they can invest in, very, safe kinds of investments that they make. As the oldest one is, I thought it was kind of interesting as I started to study them. Sorry, I got a little bit of cold. The oldest one was the Jubal Howe Library Fund, which was started in 1898. There's still a little bit of money in it. And that was originally to support the library construction. And then after the library was constructed, the balance then could put to general purposes. Other funds were established at various times up to 1994, when we kind of encouraged people to start using this other library fund, the general library fund. And the biggest of that is the Brigati one, and that was established in 1956. And that one is used. We actually used some of the interest from that one because it is the biggest. We have two funds that you'll see on the first page under. You might be wondering, okay, there's this whole section here, library trust funds. Everybody got that, I assume. Mm-hmm. There's two, the Leader Fund and the Virginia Pierce Fund. They no longer have any principal, and so we probably ought to actually spend those down. The other thing you maybe find interesting is you go over to the next page and it says Other Trust Funds. And you see there's a Shrewsbury Library Memorial Trust. Now that is one we use, okay? So the Brigati one gets used, and this Library Memorial Trust Fund, you'll see this a lot more active. It's about money coming in and going out of it. So some money does come into that. So that's the trust fund. As I said, they don't grow fast, but there's a fair amount of funds in them, and we need to look at it from time to time. So I think. What I want to propose is for the Finance Committee, keep doing this, but maybe on a yearly basis rather than any more often. I think that's what you had actually proposed, Lisa, when we did the amendments for this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make, I have it written down. Would you like to see this? Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. I am going to propose that we modify Article 2 of our bylaws, Section 2.05, and we change the Finance Committee presentation from quarterly to annual.
Second.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. So you second that?
Yeah.
Any other commentary or anything?
Who seconded?
Louise.
You seconded?
Yeah.
You seconded it?
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anybody opposed? And that passes, so we'll do it annually. And actually, that was very, very helpful to see everything.
People might not know where it comes from and all this, the
Yeah.
calculations that Priya has to do each year. So she does this at the end of calendar
The
year,
summer.
right? And
No, I do
the
it in
summer,
the summer.
the fiscal year, at the end of the fiscal year,
Yeah.
which is then June 30th. And,
Yeah, and the state aid is definitely, really nice, because it's like a buffer in our budget, and
And now we are spending more and more on personnel.
yes.
So I just calculated what we will be spending in fiscal year '27, because we'll be doing 50% of the reference librarian's salary, which comes to 32,000 something. And then the new position, we will be spending 75% from state aid. And we also have another position, the makerspace assistant. Well, we hired him in the summer. He works 16 hours a week. And it was a contractual position for a year. That's 20,000. So the total of those three personnel salaries comes to $106,229.06. So
That's-
we will be spending at least that amount on personnel.
Yeah, so that's almost all of our state aid.
All of our annual.
Annual state aid, yes, all of our annual state aid,
Right.
yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
so it's good that we have this buffer,
yes,
because we do spend on other things.
yes.
Quite a bit.
We've done a lot of capital stuff in the past with the state aid.
Right, quite a bit.
Yeah,
Is there a particular month that we're going to have the financial report?
We, I don't know.
Fall, I
What do
think we
you-
talked about it, Claire.
Um,
I submit the report in the summer.
Summer, yeah,
So
and then we
then-
didn't meet this year till a little bit later, but we could make.
We could
should
make it in the fall, October.
Maybe December of the year or something like that, give you a few months to get this all put together.
whatever you think is best. Yeah, do you think December? I'm good with that.
Yeah,
December, we're usually talking about the budget for the next fiscal.
oh, so
Yeah.
actually that fits in well.
Okay,
Okay, then we could do it November, I guess.
November,
We
yeah.
could do November. November would actually be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's doable, and if
Well,
it's not, we can always
we
defer.
had to have a meeting with Priya, because our committee did meet with Priya, and we went over the calculations on this.
But thank you for taking the initiative to do this.
Yeah, thank you,
But
Claire.
it's a new committee, you know, it's, so we've been finding our way for the last couple of years, so.
Yeah, no, that's
It's good to get it
super,
codified, how we're gonna do it.
that's super helpful, and, yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because we are required to spend 13% of our budget on materials, so that would be just what you laid out here, like books, print subscriptions,
it.
audiobooks, videos,
Yeah.
just all the things that you think of with a
Yeah.
library, databases, yeah, ebooks, museum passes, like just all the things that the library is known for. And,
Do they just round up since it's under 13?
I think so, because 12.62.
No, no, no,
There's actually
this may
some,
not be exact,
It
what
is-
when I submit the report, there's a few more things.
there's some details that are different,
Yeah.
the way the MBLC wants
Yeah.
things put on a line and how the town wants things put on a
Yeah.
line. And together, once you take care of that, it comes out to 13%.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely will spend
Yeah.
that full amount. And there's another line item on that state report called technology for patron use, which also can come under materials. So
Okay.
it's very, very, very detailed.
yeah, it's a huge report.
Yeah, this one is a little abbreviated and easy to understand. That is pretty
Yeah,
confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Wait,
it's
wait,
nice to just see it like really stripped
Exactly.
down and just,
And then
Yeah.
maybe this could be, we should probably do, I love year to years, do year to year, and we can see what the trends are coming to be up to date.
Right.
I would love that.
For us,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That would be really nice. But it is sort of a complicated topic, and it's taken me a while to, and I just still don't, I'm still always learning, but by spending 13% of our budget on all these library materials things, that keeps us eligible for state aid, which is huge. I mean, it's $114,000 a year. So it's definitely worth it for us to keep our collection
Right,
up to date, and that's what
Yeah.
the state wants, and we want that too.
right.
So-
And their stipulation is that they should all be loanable materials, because reciprocal borrowing with all the different libraries in the state is very important. So that's
So
why.
when they say loanable, it's for interlibrary loans as well as
Exactly,
just
not,
for our
yeah, we
patrons, so-
cannot say, it's just for Shrewsbury residents. It's for patrons from across the Commonwealth.
And we certainly benefit from that because we borrow a lot,
Absolutely.
from other
Yeah.
libraries, so it works both ways.
We pretty steadily borrow 3 times what we send out.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Shrewsbury is a reading community.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah.
I have a question on that, though. Databases, that includes our membership in CWMRs?
Databases, no.
No.
What we list here is the ones that we purchase separately.
Okay.
And that's a very good point. So there's always this, rules and then exception to the rules. So I just said reciprocal borrowing, but the databases,
Must be
some of
licensed
them
on
are
site.
meant for Shrewsbury library card holders.
Like the
Because
genealogy-
that's how,
Yeah.
pardon?
the
Yes.
genealogy thing, that
Right.
you can come and use it here.
Mango languages and some of the databases, we cannot, because when we subscribe to the database, they ask us how many library card holders are there in your community. So we
Got
have to, we cannot.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, and thank you for the question.
What I find fascinating about this is that databases and ebooks are actually combined more than what we're spending on print books.
That's true.
Sounds like the future.
Yeah. Put them together and we're spending more on electronic media than we are today, not in the future, today.
Yeah,
But that's also because electronic media is so expensive, really. Like compared to
Right, like
just
an
your
ebook is
traditional.
more
A
expensive than
print
a
book is a
paper book.
bargain
Yeah.
compared to an audiobook.
It is
You
because
don't get to pay by the use.
yes, there's limited, we can't lend it out, we can only lend it
Oh,
out so
yes,
many
there
times.
yeah.
So it's actually quite
Yeah.
expensive.
quite a few restrictions.
Yeah.
Different restrictions with different publishers.
Yeah.
No, wasn't trying to take the conversation someplace different, I was just noting that.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting point, yeah. Yeah, no, it's fascinating. Fascinating, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Claire, I really love the
Claire
report.
did a great job.
Yeah, you did a great job, you have a great handle on it. Yeah, no, it's so helpful.
We're learning.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many takeaways from your presentation.
You've blazed a path for us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. So, okay, that was fantastic. Okay, so the next, okay, so we did all of that. So facility, equipment, and grounds, are there any updates?
There is a new divisional manager in town for public buildings. And it's John Hamilton, who was previously the custodial supervisor. So I'm very familiar, he's very familiar with our town, with our library facility, with the HVAC equipment, with our custodial needs, and all of the issues that we've had. Has been part of the discussions before. So I'm happy that he is now the new divisional manager. And the facilities committee of the board, we'll soon have a meeting with him, probably in March sometime. We'll schedule a meeting so that we can go over these chronic issues that we've had at the library and discuss with him and with the assistant divisional manager, Bill Tuttle.
I have a question about budgeting for facilities for the library, because that is part of the
Public
town buildings.
Public buildings.
So are you asked for input on that budget? Do you even get to see that budget before it gets to go to the finance committee?
If I ask, maybe I would, but they manage so many facilities in town, it's pretty comprehensive, their budget. I don't know if they divide it into, different buildings, unless there is a capital budget request. If you wanted to change all the carpets, it's 10 years now, so the next year maybe, I can request that, and then if they can, they would include it in their budget.
I see.
But otherwise, it's kind of routine with buildings maintenance. Library is just one of the buildings that they maintain.
Okay.
Priya, how has the heat been in the past month or so?
It's actually been okay till today. It's every day. This room is hot, sir. It's not not in my office. It's
So up to the, quiet room.
Yeah, just today it's been cold, but it has been working the past month.
Okay. It's so odd though, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're keeping track of that, right?
Yes.
Because I think that will help to have some objective data about
Right.
that.
Right, yes.
Well, it's good that the new director is so familiar with so many of our really pressing issues, being, you know, the HVAC system and the custodial support are
Yeah.
two very important issues for the library, so. Okay, so let's see, gifts and grants is the next item.
No new updates.
And then personnel, the timeline for the director's evaluation, so it is that time of year again, where we undertake Priya's annual review, so that's one of our very important roles as trustees. So the trustee evaluation form will be delivered, April. Purnima and I have, as the personnel subcommittee, have been in discussion about how to go about the director's evaluation this year. You will get a evaluation form in the next week or so. Yes, a Google form. And Priya will complete her self-evaluation. I'm guessing you might have already started work on that. And then we would ask the trustees to turn in their evaluation by the next meeting in March. And then the personnel subcommittee, that would be myself, April, and Purnima, will meet with Priya in April to go over everything. And then we will have a formal evaluation of Priya in an open meeting. All of our meetings are open in April, just before the town, election. So it'll just be, that's the timeline. So please expect something, a Google form.
Priya, do we get your self-evaluation I forget how that fits in,
Before we have the personnel.
before we have the meeting?
Yeah. I mean, I can.
I just
have it
couldn't
ready,
remember.
But I think I usually submit it by the first week of March.
Okay.
Is that in the bylaws? And I think it is.
I don't know if there's any details about the evaluation in the bylaws.
Oh, okay. I thought that, it's been a while since we read the bylaws.
I think is that we as trustees are responsible for the
Yeah, it's the-
evaluation, and that we will take other
Yeah, the process, I think. is-
other segments into consideration, but that ultimately it's the responsibility lies with the board.
Yes, and we've had a lot of discussions about that, so, yeah, I mean, it is one of our biggest roles as trustees, is evaluating Priya for her annual review. That's one of our, there's a lot of things we do, but that's a big role, so it's an important one. Okay, so next item on personnel is hiring for the part-time children's librarian and the full-time reference librarian positions.
So these were recent resignations. So a part-time children's librarian, Carlina Arsenault, who's been wonderful with the children's programming. The story times are the ones where you have 100 people in this room, and the kids follow her like the Pied Piper. She is so popular. She was so popular. Unfortunately, she got a job at a different library with a few more hours. She was working just 16 hours here. So she submitted her resignation. I was able to post the position pretty quickly, and we've done interviews already. So we've selected the candidate, and next week I think the paperwork's being completed by the HR department. So we should have a new person on board pretty soon, second week of March. And then our reference librarian, Alyssa, submitted her resignation. She had a baby a few months ago, and she wants to spend more time with her baby, so she has resigned. And we are working on posting on that job posting, so it will take about a month at least before we can get someone on board for that position.
So, I'm thinking about the children's librarian who just left. Are we losing people who want to get a job with benefits, like when we're 19 hours and under, right? You don't get benefits anymore.
Right, but at that time, she also has little kids.
So
young
she
kids.
was looking for
She
something
was
part-time
looking,
then. Okay,
yeah, when she joined us over 2 years ago.
Yeah,
This suited her very well,
yeah.
16
I
hours.
mean, so we
Now
have
she
had
was
this
ready
great
for-
migration of people.
Yeah,
trying
it's
to-
inevitable, I think.
Yeah.
But full-time positions also keep coming up here, so, there's always opportunity for growth.
I think it goes back to, and maybe you were alluding to this, the Shrewsbury Public Library is heavily part-time staff, as,
Yeah.
when you do the ratio of full-time to part-time.
60% is part-time and
Yeah.
40% full-time.
Yeah, so I think a nice goal for us would to be to make more of our staff full-time,
Yeah.
and that will help with
Yeah.
retention and things like that.
Yeah, and the town's been encouraging us to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the last 2 years, we've made 2 positions full-time. Our technical services position was part-time, and then this fiscal year it became a full-time position. And now we will be getting a new full-time position with the head of adult services, so it's a good trajectory.
Yeah. Well, we wish, we wish Carlina and Alyssa all the best of luck in their future endeavors, and we're sorry to see them go. The next item on our agenda is the Shrewsbury Public Library Foundation. Please, do you have an update for us?
The Shrewsbury Public Library Foundation is working on revising its own bylaws because of the possibility of adding emeritus members as ex officio to the meeting. And we will be discussing that for the remainder of this year, I should think. And of course, the public library, the Library Foundation is working on planning for the gala with input from the 2 other groups. The past chair of the Library Foundation has been away, and he's actually chairing the gala committee. But we have been making some progress in his absence. For example, Deborah, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at your fundraisers list. We've added some.
Growing.
It's growing, and it's growing in information content. The timeline that Deborah proposed is something that we are behind on right now, but Deborah, I believe, is optimistic that she will be catching up early in March, because we want to have fundraising packets and communications out to those people who we are asking to serve as sponsors and advertisers within the month of March. The fundraiser is going to take place on October 23rd here at the library. There will be an on-site fundraising event, possibly a fund a need request.
Mhm.
And so I think the next step will be setting up caterers and audiovisual and some details about the logistics of the evening. So mark your calendars, please, October 23rd.
It's gonna be a great
I think
event.
I think we meet March 10th or something.
I believe
Next
that's
meeting.
correct.
Yes.
Thank you for that update, Louise.
You're welcome.
And
So I'll just mention the
yes,
distinguished speaker
yes,
series.
yes, absolutely. So
Um,
exciting.
Yes.
Ah, yes, thank you for it.
Yes. So the foundation, the Shrewsbury Public Library Foundation sponsors a distinguished speaker series, and we're very thrilled to announce that we have 2 authors coming in April, and that is Jill Lepore. One of them is Jill Lepore, the New York Times best-selling author and West Boylston native. She's going to talk about her books. Her most recent book is We the People, A History of the U.S. Constitution. And she is a very popular speaker. Very excited to have her. It's going to be on Wednesday, April 8th at Oak Middle School at 7 p.m. And the following week, we have Cy Montgomery, who is a naturalist and animal lover, a wonderful writer of children's, teen, and adult books. And she will be speaking on Tuesday, April 14th at 7 p.m., also at Oak Middle School. So these are 2 upcoming events.
We had the 15th in the previous minutes.
The
No,
14th, no,
She's
it's,
also doing presentations at the school.
Correct.
Right.
Isn't she? So is
That's on the
that funded by the foundation?
actually, yes.
Okay.
On the April, on the 14th, she is doing a presentation at Oak Middle for a general audience,
Okay.
for adults. And
At
on the
7 at 7.
15th, she is doing 2 assemblies at Oak Middle School for different grade students. And both the middle schools, there are kids from Sherwood who are going to be walking to Oak. And then there are kids at Oak who will also be attending an assembly that she will be addressing.
Yeah, she's a wonderful author.
Right.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
wonderful authors. So that's really exciting to have 2 in a row like that here at the library. It's fantastic. Okay, so let's see. Friends of the Library is the next item on the agenda. Deb, I don't know, can you think of any updates? I'm trying to think if there's any updates.
So we have our scholarship is available
Yes.
now, $1,500 scholarship to any high school senior that resides in Shrewsbury, doesn't matter which high school you go to. And you can find the information on the Friends page of the Shrewsbury Public Library if you'd like, or I think we need to stop by the library if you want to, with all of the instructions. But, you know, hopefully we'll get a lot of applicants because the $1,500 can really, you know, make a difference. And it's mostly, your essay is what is being, how we're deciding who receives a scholarship. The only time we'd actually look at grades or anything like that is if there was like a tie. That really hasn't happened usually. So, you know, it's a little different than a lot of other scholarships where it's really just your essay that can stand out and you can, you can win the scholarship, you know, just through that. So I think hopefully that would be appealing to a lot of people. So.
Now that all your college applications are finished.
Yes. Yes.
Do we ask
yes.
for any support from teachers or statements from people who know the applicants?
No.
Do you know when it's due?
April
I can tell you.
20th or something? I think it was.
It's after April 1st, I know, because they're going out a little bit later,
Yeah.
but
I think
by
it's-
mid-April, I think.
Okay, but people can look it up.
It's on the library website, Friends page.
And the only other thing about the Friends that I just want to put a plug in is that our membership drive is growing. I mean, you should be getting some notification about that, and we really could use some new members, so please consider. And
Yeah.
also, please consider if you're doing any spring cleaning, if spring actually does emerge, if you find some suitable reading materials to donate, we could use that for our bookstore, both children and adult.
Thank you, Deb.
Yeah, thank you. The Friends support a lot of the fabulous programs here at the library, and they really do need the financial support, so, new members is great. So, thank you.
Do we know why we've lost?
I don't know.
Zoom participants?
I don't know.
We can't see you anymore, Deb.
But we can see you on Priya's laptop, but we can't see you on the overhead.
Oh, really? Oh, that's okay.
It's not your fault.
Oh,
Is it?
What's that?
It says HDMI, no.
I know, but why?
Oh, maybe, did you bump it?
Nothing is.
connected?
Oh,
Oh, then something happened.
Okay,
There it is.
but we can hear them.
yeah, I was just going to the next
Okay.
thing to share this.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is policies, review and approve changes to the collection development policy.
Yes, so all of you got that, right? I highlighted in yellow the things that we wanted to change. So every year we review the collection development policy, and I think each year we find, the newer staff, I encourage them to take a look at it and suggest things that might not make sense or things that need to be changed. So this is a good exercise. This paragraph, the library has partnered with other municipal departments, such as the Parks and Rec and Council on Aging, community organizations, etc., does not seem relevant to have in the collection development policy. So we said, let's remove that.
Yes.
I don't think I got this.
I don't get it either.
It's in that packet.
No, it isn't. I'm looking.
It's in the Google
It's in
Google
the Google
Drive.
Docs? Okay.
Google Drive
Okay.
that I had shared the whole packet. April, do you have it?
There was,
Review
there was one thing that was in the Google Drive that wasn't in the email, but.
Yeah, it's not in the email maybe, but
But
it
is the
is
link in the email?
review of CD
I
policy.
think you just had to go to your Google Drive and look at what's shared with you.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
Review of CD policy, it says. Purnima and Deb, did you get it?
Yes, yeah, it's in the folder, yeah.
It's in the
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I had to forward it from my Yahoo to my
Yeah, Gmail.
Google, and then I was able to open it.
Okay. So, anyway, this is a paragraph that we wanted to omit. And
That seems right.
This one's fine.
Doesn't seem pertinent.
and then we have, what's the next? Minor changes in the adult books, where we say we will order an additional holdable copy. We're just changing it to, we will order additional holdable copies in plural.
That sounds good.
And then e-content, we added a paragraph to explain where we get our e-content from, explaining about Overdrive, and, we contribute to CW Mars, and then we have the consortium collection. But we also pay an additional amount for what is called Overdrive Advantage, which is allowing us to purchase more copies of some titles that Shrewsbury Library patrons have requested. So if we see that there are 8 to 10 holds placed by Shrewsbury patrons on an ebook or e-audiobook, then we purchase an additional copy. So we've tried to explain that here.
Priya, I have a quick question about what are considered Shrewsbury patrons? Are they residents of Shrewsbury, or are they anybody who holds a Shrewsbury library card?
It's Shrewsbury library card,
So not that,
not
so,
necessarily a resident, because we go by the library card.
Okay, what fraction of our Shrewsbury, do you know what fraction of our Shrewsbury library card holders do not reside in Shrewsbury?
It would be a very small portion. I don't know the exact number. I could find out. I have to
I think
check.
I'd be curious about that.
Yeah,
You have to be a Massachusetts resident.
right. Yeah. And when we issue a new library card, there is a field called home library. So there we would, if they are not a resident of Shrewsbury, it would say Northborough or Worcester or whatever. But we give them a Shrewsbury library card if they want one.
I didn't know that.
So that is about the ebooks and e-content. Then young adult collection, we just thought it would make sense to move this highlighted sentence to the next bullet, where we talk about youth collections, serve the needs of community youth, etc. So we just move it down there. And then electronic resources, we are adding a couple bullets which talks about compliance with WCAG 2.2 level AA standards. That is the standard for accessibility of websites. So we make sure that our website and any e-resource that we have is accessible. And then the platform privacy policies and terms of use. So when we purchase a database or subscribe to an online resource, we will see what they have listed as their privacy policies and terms of use. So adding those two bullets down there. And then the world language collection, as you know, we have our collection is growing, so we wanted to reflect that. And so we're saying SPL is committed to serving adult residents who speak a language other than English at home or are interested in recreational reading materials in other languages. The library has launched a world language collection that includes materials in Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Hindi, and Gujarati. More materials in these and other languages will be added as funds and space permit.
That'll replace what's there.
Yes, and I think it will replace the sentences that are highlighted in yellow. Because we will retain that SPL children's collection includes books in different languages.
That seems
Good. Digitization, so we have digitized our high school yearbooks. So we'll just include that, we'll keep. Yeah, we're not going to replace that whole thing, we'll just add this sentence saying high school yearbooks are available in digital format.
Are those online or are they here?
Yes, they are. There's a different URL for that.
I didn't see
But
it
they
on
should,
the website. Just
you couldn't,
curious.
that's a good point, I
It
should.
seems like something that people might want
Yeah, no,
to.
we had,
Access from elsewhere.
I thought there was a link somewhere on the website. I'll have to find out. So BPL, the Boston Public Library does these digitization projects
Yeah.
for all the libraries in the Commonwealth. So they came here, took the books, took the print books and digitized them, brought those books back. Yes, and there should be a link on the website. I'll find out and share that with you. So that's that. I think that's all the change. And we made sure that the links from the American Library Association for the Code of Ethics and library bill of rights, all of that is current and accurate. So these are the changes that we wanted to incorporate.
Seems very reasonable.
I
Does
see.
anybody have any comments or questions?
I know it's a long policy.
That's okay. I think they're reasonable.
Does anybody want to
I
make?
wondered if we needed all the information that's in there, but it does all influence the collection development, so. So I make a motion to approve the changes to the collection development policy.
Does anybody want to second that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those
Aye.
opposed? And that passes. Thank you. And then we also have changes to the Library of Things waiver.
Yeah, so we're just adding that one sentence about the fines. So the library does not charge fines for any items that are returned late. As long as items are returned, there is no fine. But for Library of Things, we do charge a fine of $5 per day because they're mostly, in great demand and someone's waiting for it. People cannot reserve them, so we do appreciate it when patrons borrow them and return them on time. So everyone has to sign a waiver when they borrow any Library of Things items, but they don't always notice that it says that we will charge a fine. So we just wanted to add this line, this sentence to it.
I think that's appropriate. Do we have a motion to approve that?
Move to approve the change to the Library of Things lending policy.
Second.
Proposed change.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Anybody opposed? And that passes. And let's see, miscellaneous. Review and approve 2 requests to sell books.
I think I put 3 bullet points for those, but I think you can
Oh, it's actually
approve
3.
all the requests, 3
Yes.
bullet points. First one has books by 2 authors, Kerry Costell and Melissa Montague. Both of them are coming here to do events talking about their books. One of them is Kerry is going to be coming to the Discoveries Nonfiction Book Club on March 19th, and the other author, Melissa Montague, has an event on March 30th where she's going to be talking about the subject of her book. So those are two authors who would like to sell their books. And then for National Poetry Month, we have on April 19th an author named Jayanti Rangan, who has written a book of poetry and requesting that she could sell her books. And then we have the local author showcase event on June 24th, where we have a number of authors who come and participate in our wonderful local author showcase event every year.
Mhm.
And they would like to have the opportunity to sell their books. All of these could be approved.
Yes, no, I mean, that sounds exciting, so many authors. Would anybody like to move to approve that, so that these authors?
And next meeting.
Oh, yes, because April,
Yes.
I'll be
an
at-
author.
I'll be at the showcase.
you'll be at the showcase, right, okay, so,
Conflict of interest.
I won't ask you to motion
Okay,
to
I move
approve.
to approve the sale of books by the listed authors at the indicated times at the library.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Deb and Parma both approve as well. All those
I was
opposed?
like, had my mouth open.
And that passes. So that was easy.
Thank you.
Our next meeting
There's
is.
just one thing under that, a new database that we have.
Oh,
It's
yes.
for learning American Sign Language. So we purchased this database, subscription to this database recently. I think it'll be a useful one. It's got 400 plus themed lessons, learning from deaf instructors, mastering ASL at your own pace, and opportunities to improve your fluency in American Sign Language. So,
And it's got a brilliant title.
I know.
I know.
ASL. Yes.
How much
That
does
is
it
so
cost?
funny. I
Yeah.
like that.
How much does it cost?
Oh, gosh, I should have. Quickly find
Do
out.
we need to approve money, or is it? your-
No, I'm just, this is just information.
Okay, we're not.
Yeah, we are not approving money.
Well,
We're
she's
using our
looking at
database funds for that.
April 24th is the deadline for the scholarship.
Oh, thank you.
24, yeah.
Okay, so our next meeting is, I guess you're looking up how much that database
Yes,
costs.
if you, yeah.
Well, she's looking that up. Our next meeting is March 24. And yes, I know it's so hard to find things when you need it
Yeah.
that second. Can you find it?
Looking for numbers. Oh, annual subscription is 1,499 and a startup fee of 39. So it was a little over $1,500.
Okay.
So we're not voting on this, you're just
No,
letting us know
no,
it's
this is
information.
just for information. yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's I just love American Sign Language. It's a beautiful language. So that's very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Our next meeting is March 24. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn meeting.
Second. I second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next month.